Are we live? We're live.
We're live.
You're looking live.
Right.
Sunday night.
Shh.
Well, we never know what day it is anymore, right?
Oh, no, I'm saying because kids are, might be sleeping here in a moment.
Yeah. Olivia's on her way. But tonight, we've got a packed schedule. If you caught our last live, we did some Trader Joe's wine tasting tonight.
It turns out y'all love Trader Joe's booze. I don't know what that's about. I mean, we do too, but normally we're kind of getting a little bit judged. So much like we don't like expensive wine, you might have guessed, we also don't like expensive beer.
So we're doing a Trader Joe's tasting tonight of beer. Trader Joe's brand beer.
There's lots.
They're all Trader Joe's brands, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll get into that. They also are, I think we talked about this last time, but they're so good right now with the coronavirus stuff.
It's so great.
And just how they have their whole setup. So
it's easy to shop there.
yeah, you got to go to Trader Joe's. Yeah. But if anybody is online, definitely say hello. And we're going to get into some travel kind of updates and policies and things. But if you have any specific questions along the way, just let us know. Right now, we only have 3 people. So
right. But first things first, we got to take care of a couple of housekeeping things. One, you got to hit the like button so that way more people can see the stream. And then also you got to comment what you're drinking because
yes,
that's important too. We don't want to necessarily be drinking alone.
Well, yes, definitely.
We're okay.
We're in this together. No, I'm not going to go. I was just about to bust into High School Musical.
You have not had enough beer yet for that.
I know. Yeah, no, I figured it's probably the best for everyone to not do that.
Right. Well, okay, so let's get into what do you want to do, the beer first, or do you want to start talking about
Let's start talking just for a minute about the travel, and then we'll do our first beer.
Well, I'm gonna drink wine while we're waiting.
Okay, you do that. Okay, so what we wanted to cover today is kind of just some. If you are interested in maybe thinking, I know it's hard to kind of really think about the future too much because it's just so much uncertainty, but if you are thinking about booking a trip later this year, what you're looking at in terms of airlines, hotels, cruises, things like that, the different policies they have going on. So maybe we'll start with airlines, and we can look at kind of these are obviously going to be U.S. based carriers because we're based in the U.S. But I'm, a lot of them have kind of the same policies. So, Lindsay says, hello from good old Ohio. Everyone, and there's 2 people on, but it's her birthday today. So
happy birthday.
Happy birthday from quarantine.
Right.
And good old Ohio.
Hello, Patty. You guys didn't even follow directions. What are you drinking? That was.
Oh, yes.
That was housekeeping
yes.
items.
So, anybody who has joined new, we have to know what you're drinking because maybe we should start with. Should we start with that?
Let's do it.
The travel. Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing Trader Joe's beer night, and we're gonna tell you about some Trader Joe's beers, but we want to know what you're drinking. So, comment to let us know.
We are in no way sponsored by Trader Joe's, but we even have
we're invested.
Right. Our Trader Joe's wine opener. We apparently don't like expensive wine openers either. So this first one we're starting with is the Josephsbrau Hefeweizen. So I'm guessing it's their German beer.
Yes.
Pretty jazzed about this. I love how they rename their beers or their brand depending. There's what is it? Josephsbrau and Trader Jose. And what's the Italian one? Trader Gino or something.
Something like that. Yeah, they have all these creative names for things.
Love it.
And we have the classiest little vessels to drink our beer in.
I don't know if this lends credibility to our channel or if it's oh my god, these guys are cheapskates.
Yeah, I'm okay with it either way. But some of these we have tried before. I don't know that I have tried this one though. Have you tried this one?
No.
Okay, so this will be new for both of us. But also, if you have...
Also, I believe the child might be weak.
Yes, the child is awake. So I will be right back. And
cheers to that.
Okay.
We'll just talk.
Okay.
That's nice. Hi, Olivia.
She has the most suspicious look on her face right now.
Do you want to come and say hi to everybody before you go back to bed?
Come here. You can come say hi. She's very shy over by that. That's it. That's darn good. I kind of like that.
All right. It
Yeah.
is a nice one.
You can tell them about the beer, and
Okay.
I will be right back.
Okay. Somebody's being very, very shy right now. I'm just gonna drink my beer while we're waiting. Well, that's nice. A little bit bitter. All right. I don't even have anyone to like banter with. So go ahead and hit the like button so more people can see this. I'm like sending more messages to people and be like, get on here. That's exciting stuff. All right. So one other thing that we didn't quite get into is what do we think the travel industry is going to look like after all of this? Oh, she's coming to say hi again.
She decided she wanted to come say hi to everybody.
Can you say
You wanna
hi?
wave and say hi. Hi. That's what his pre-bedtime drink consisted of. Chocolate milk. No, she had that earlier, I think.
Oh,
But
dear.
she might have had regular milk. She was just coming to tell everyone that she liked her milk, right?
Oh, okay.
And she wanted to say hi.
Ah. Right. Night, Munchkin.
Good night. We'll be back. I'll be back.
You can't plan around these things. It just doesn't work. Lindsay says hello to Livy. Hey, Livy. Aunt Lindsay says hi. She says hi back. So anyway, we were talking about what we think travel landscape is going to look like, and honestly, no idea. We're just hoping that we can go somewhere by the end of the year. But what it's looking like right now is, I mean, they're not selling middle seats, and they talk about opening up the economy. I have no idea how that's going to happen. I won't get into it, but this whole thing's so insane. So travel's gonna be a lot slower. I don't know if it's gonna be like super easy to like fly standby on and just get onto every single flight, or if it's gonna be, there's no flights and they're gonna be all packed, or this is just, it's so insane to me to think about. And we just flew, like, I don't know, maybe 6 weeks ago, something like that. And like last night at about 9 p.m., there was no plane moving in or around Atlanta, which is just batty. So I don't know. I think we're going to try to start looking at booking stuff, hopefully end of summer, early fall. I mean, we'll like maybe make some hotel reservations because a lot of stuff, and we'll get into that, is early cancellation is free. And but your guess is as good as ours. We're just kind of counting the days until we can go. She's like so trapped back there. You can't even hear it, but it's good. Olivia comes up with like 1,000 excuses. You're drinking Busch Light and gas station wine. I mean, at least you're hydrating. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. And don't let anyone shame you, particularly your sister. Yeah, I'm talking about you.
What?
Lindsay's drinking Busch Light, and I know that like the look of judgment that you normally get whenever I suggest Busch Light.
And gas station wine. Okay, well, we can't really say much about gas stations because if you go back to our Buenos Aires video, we enjoyed our New Year's Eve dinner there.
I drank a lot of gas station wine.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm surprised she woke up because the last few nights she's been asleep in like 3 minutes.
Oh, you're talking about Olivia, not Lindsay.
What did I say? I'm surprised she's still up.
Yeah.
Okay. No, that doesn't surprise me at all. It's 9:17 there.
Whatever.
Anyways, this is pretty good.
I know.
So
I've already almost finished
one place that we haven't been actually is Germany. Isn't that crazy?
We've flown through Germany.
We have flown through Germany, but you don't count that if you've like just flown through somewhere
Yeah.
and you really haven't stayed there.
think part of the reason is because how many direct flights from there do we have? We have two to um, Frankfurt.
Yeah.
There's one
And Munich.
one to Munich, or two to Munich.
I'm not sure how many, but there's some.
There's
to
at
Germany.
least 3 or 4
Who knows
direct
what
flights.
all this airline stuff is going to look like after all this for
There's
any
0
airline.
right now.
Yeah. So anyways, that kind of leads us into some of the travel related things. So if you are thinking about booking a flight,
We were just talking about that.
did you talk about any of it?
Not specifics, but I was just saying that no idea what the travel landscape's going to look like. We're going to try to start traveling sometime, hopefully end of summer, into fall.
Yeah, we definitely won't do it until,
it's safe.
Yeah, but hopefully they come out. I mean, even working for an airline, I have no idea like what is going to happen with it or how they're going to make it more safe for people. But I know that like all airlines are working on different things they can do. So I'm hoping they come out with something that helps us. Because a lot of airlines right now are just like kind of blocking off the middle seat for the people who are traveling to make it a little bit more space in between. But that's kind of a temporary solution.
It's crazy.
Yeah. So a few of the places or a few of the airlines, we'll just go through like kind of the top American carriers. American, if you fly on them, any tickets purchased through May 31st of 2020 can be canceled or changed without any fees. Passengers can't get a cash refund. They will have to pay the difference between fare of the original and the new. So that's what their policy says. But if the airline cancels, and this goes for any airline, it's one of somebody waiting like 14 hours through, I think that was an OTA, like an online travel agency, something like Expedia or something like that. I don't know which one it was, but you might have to wait a long time.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
But you can get a refund that way. Otherwise, you would just get a travel credit if you decide to cancel. But really, if you want to book something now and you're really not sure how it's going to look in the future and you're okay with just taking a travel credit, there's not really any harm.
I mean, flights are bottom of the basement cheap right now.
I mean, like $30 for
it's crazy.
A lot of flights. It's nuts. I've seen some really good deals.
Yeah.
That's American. United, I think, is pretty much the same. Any tickets purchased through April 30th. No changes. It's the same with the refund thing. If it's the airline doing it, then of course you would get a refund for that. Southwest, I think, is if I booked a trip. They're all pretty much the same, but May
31st.
And will remain valid through June 30th
of 2021.
Those are the credits. Your credits will be valid through that. So they're all pretty much the same, but you can find some good deals out there.
Go and book.
Yeah. But I think Delta, theirs was the same. So yeah. I mean, who knows what it's going to look like, but never hurts if,
right?
If you are thinking about travel.
Yeah. We got a few more people that joined to go over the house rules again. Let us know what you're drinking. We are currently enjoying a Hostessbrau.
Can you see that? There's a little bit of a glare going on, but
right?
Yeah, you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah,
it's delicious.
It is. We've never had this one before.
It's light and refreshing. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit bitter notes.
I would get this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm betting this would taste really good with an orange. Like it reminds me a lot of a Blue Moon.
Yeah. Yeah. I knew it tasted like something, and I was like, "What does this taste like?" All
right. So I have no idea how to say your username, but Precious, it looks like. Say hello, hello.
Hello.
Right. Lindsay says hi. Shmi. I'm not even gonna try. He says hi.
You're not good with the pronunciation.
I am not. But Lindsay got herself a vodka lemonade.
Ooh.
With homemade lemon. Where do you have time for this?
Oh my
that's
gosh.
Right, we all do.
Homemade lemonade. I just bought. I just did the recent grocery order. I just bought some of those packets of lemonade. We don't. They're like healthier ones.
Okay.
It's not like sugar. It's unsweetened kind, and then you sweeten it yourself. I don't know what it is, but Olivia will go crazy
The
for it.
jury's out on
Anyways,
that one.
I would like to have a homemade lemonade recipe because maybe
Yeah. She's
like
running low on liquor, and that is it's making lemon simple syrup with water.
Okay.
I mean,
You know how to make simple syrup, just add some lemons in it.
Okay, we can find lemons.
Yeah. You're like,
Life has
maybe
given
for
us
my
plenty of
cocktail, but
lemons.
not just for my
Yeah, I wouldn't drink it straight. That
Yeah.
just sounds terrible.
I don't know. Okay, let's finish this and let's move to the next one then.
Right? Also, I hope you find booze.
Did you go back for a refill?
Well, yeah, you left me high and dry.
I left you to put a child back in bed because she got out of bed.
That's the problem with, starting this close to bedtime. Last time I started just a little bit too late.
I know, but she really she falls asleep these days in like 2 minutes, and so we thought we were safe, but of course
we're not.
Not even in quarantine, are you?
Oh, that was good.
Yeah. Okay. You want to get the next one?
Yeah.
I think, there's not really much else to say about airlines. I mean, obviously right now, not much is happening because everybody's at home.
Yep.
But in the future, you really do have a lot of flexibility if you want to book. Of course, I think it's now a lot of them are going until May 30th. If you book any time from now until May 31st, but as time goes on, if it remains the same, I'm sure it will just keep getting extended.
This is such a bummer to talk about.
I know. It's
the
not
booze,
our favorite
The booze
topic.
helps, but man.
That's why we figured maybe like one thing to lighten the mood and then talk about travel news. But
all right, so the next one, Trader Jose Dark. I think this is probably like Modelo Negro. Is probably.
I've not had this one either.
So pretty psyched about this one too. Now I'm gonna look for some queso. Oh,
why would you say that to me? That's like my favorite food ever. Oh man. Oh, you know what we forgot to do?
What?
We forgot to prepare our pickles.
Oh. I got yelled at so much over those damn pickles.
So Nick went into Trader Joe's. This was like a couple weeks ago, maybe. Because I
can't even.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, Lindsay was supposed to go on a trip to Belize, and obviously that didn't happen. That is a bummer. Gosh, nothing worse than. Well, there is worse stuff. There's worse stuff. There's definitely worse stuff, but it is a bummer. Let's just leave it at that. Yeah, I wish we were doing our trips too.
You've skated on your topic about how you're rational about your pickles.
So I saw a recipe online, some sort of ad or something for fried pickles, and we both love them. It sounded really good. They're just a lot of work to make, but they're really good when you invest the time to make them. So Nick, I think this was when he was shopping for our wine for our last live. I said, can you pick up some pickles? Because Trader Joe's, if you've ever gotten their pickles, they have, I think they're called hot and spicy or something along that lines, but they're not normal pickles. They're really good. And I sat in the car and he went in to shop and he got a lot of the stuff, but pickles didn't make the cut.
Got everything except for the pickles. And there was a line through the aisle and I was not able to maintain social distancing. I figured if the choice was between bringing home pickles and bringing home Corona,
I think
it was the proper choice.
I think it was well, first of all, that was when you got the wine, not the beer. I thought we were talking about beer because we're drinking beer. Okay. Whew. I don't know what's happening right now. But anyway, yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want you to bring that home either. But
so
anyways, we ended up getting the pickles because I purchased them for our next grocery trip. And then we forgot to make fried pickles. Cheers to that.
Cheers. Oh, this is good. This is very good.
Oh no! Secrets Resort. Did you recommend that?
Yeah.
Man, that is a bummer too because that really is.
I know.
That's near and dear to our hearts. We love Secrets Resorts. Which one were you going to go to? Do you know?
I can't remember if it was going to be Silver Sand or if it was going to be Maroma. I thought
Mm.
Maroma. We had a pretty solid. Yeah, I did like the whole shopping for.
You would have
I was
had a
her
blast.
travel
Well,
concierge.
as soon as this is all over, hopefully, hotels is on our list of things to talk about too,
Right.
actually, but
It
not
was
secrets.
Maroma.
Gosh, well, I hope that you can reschedule that, and I'm sure like everyone's giving
Yeah.
credits and stuff away, and some of them are even like adding on a little extra if instead of a refund you just rebook later. So I don't know, something to look into, but that is a
Be
bummer.
careful on that one though. I mean, I don't think like a hotel is going to go under.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
But like a cruise line or something like that.
I don't know. Well, yeah, I don't honestly know enough about the cruise industry to talk about specifics of like what I think could happen in the future. I think a lot of them will be okay, but if it's maybe a smaller one
Yeah.
or one that could possibly merge, I mean, you never know
Yeah.
kind of what's going to happen.
That's
but
a tough one. Precious wants to know, I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it. I haven't been corrected otherwise. Where our first trip is going to be. I don't care.
I just anywhere, right? So little Miss Olivia has
Princess.
said she was such a princess.
Oh.
I know it's hard for me to even say because it sounds like she doesn't understand a lot of this stuff. So she's just constantly like, I want to go here, I want to go there. She's asking very politely, could we go to a picnic on the beach in Hawaii as soon as this is all over? So that's what we're trying to make happen. I mean, we don't know. When we're looking at it from kind of like a realistic standpoint, we're thinking that probably like things are gonna. I think they're kind of saying now that like it's going to be very gradual. Like it's not just going to be like, okay, open the floodgates and everybody go out. So more realistically, we might go somewhere that we can drive to, which I know we're kind of like all about flying. So that will be very hard for us. We will fly as soon as, so if something happens between now and the next few months and they say flying is safe again, I don't know, maybe they've developed the world's fastest vaccine. Who knows?
Right.
Then we would obviously fly, but until then we might be doing some more local things. And
what up, Midwest?
Yeah, there's some fun places near us, so we might try to do that.
Get a cabin somewhere.
Yeah, like cabin, or maybe go glamping. Who knows? Also feel like domestic is probably going to be more an option for us than international. Yeah. We did have plans to go to Italy that we unfortunately cannot do anymore. But that was where we were going to go. So we're going to look at still doing that trip kind of like later on when we can travel international again, but it'll probably be somewhere domestic and hopefully Hawaii if we can get there.
Frankly, I just want to go to the airport. I don't even care if we get
honestly,
a flight
yeah,
at this point.
We just are like missing traveling and being on the plane. It's like most people
like dread it.
Dread going on the plane, but the kids love it. We don't mind it.
I will take a day in an airport any day over the sitting around with the kids. I mean, we try to play in the yard as much as we can.
It's strange that it would be easier to travel with kids than stay at home, but it's the opposite. Like that's true. Like traveling, they're just so entertaining. They do ship.
It's the same.
Nah. Okay.
Maybe we will. If you're curious, we're Campus Poly has stuffed breadsticks in Bowling Green, and they do ship, and they are magical, and they will change your life.
Yes, very magical. Actually, we tried to recreate them a few days ago, and
lemons. When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
Anyway.
Or lemon simple syrup.
So let's talk a little bit. Let's change the subject.
Well, we skipped our talking about the beer though. We didn't even we've
par for the course. This is what happened last time too. We just neglected to say anything. We did a wine tasting and then we didn't even tell you guys how it tasted. I mean, we did, but
it was largely an excuse to buy the various styles and. But I suspected it is exactly like Modelo.
Yeah, I mean, it tastes like,
Little hints of chocolate, but it's not chocolate.
that's what I was gonna say, but I couldn't think of like a good way to say that.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say like it's like a light beer and dark beer mixed. I don't know, like it's I don't know beer terminology.
Oh dear.
Anyways, it tastes like if you watered down like a stout. I don't know. It's
These are some rave reviews.
it tastes good, but none of my ways of saying it sound appealing whatsoever. Anyways, don't take my word for it.
This would go
Maybe just
great
listen
with a plate of fajitas or, you know, a nice bowl of queso. I wouldn't sit here and drink this out by the pool all day, but
Yeah.
if you were, for example,
You could
at
drink this
Maroma-
one out by the pool all day.
That's true.
That's a good one.
That's true. They did have a Trader Jose Corona, not Corona virus, but Corona the beer now. So
Yeah.
same page.
Oh, yeah.
That
yeah,
Corona
that.
equivalent that we have had is pretty good.
Yes. So we'll pour the next one, and then I'll talk about
Oh
hotels.
dear, I was about to just pour another glass of this.
I had to hurry up with that one. Okay. So now we're switching from airlines, kind of talking about like what your options are with hotels. So again, these are U.S. based hotel chains. I think a lot of them around the world are similar. They might have various policies depending on like their government and stuff, but Hilton. So there's a waiver for all reservations, non-refundable or advanced purchase rates are included that are scheduled to arrive before June 30th. You can change them or cancel at no charge for up to 24 hours. So this is, and this is a lot of them. Like Hyatt, I think is pretty similar. It's for stays through June 30th, same thing. You can cancel or change 24 hours, no fees there. And, I think
the one I'm most
Marriott's
interested
about
in
the same.
is Airbnb, because that's like where we stay, and I have no idea.
Yeah. So, well, okay, I'll get to that. But anyways, I was telling Nick earlier that like the hotel thing is kind of a good deal because if you book now, like for later, and I think these are going to get extended too.
As it goes, I think so.
To be able to cancel 24 hours before with no fees, like
that's incredible. Book all of the trips.
Yeah. So that, if you are thinking about traveling and you like are able to do that in advance, I bet you can find some great deals out there. I was going to look into it, but.
And the benefit is it helps people in the travel industry.
I know.
So if you're booking flights and booking hotels, that's revenues. That way, we can keep our jobs, which would be quite nice.
I know it's like a little difficult because, everyone's situation is different. So and you're knowing that when this is kind of like lightened up, when all the restrictions are lightened up, that you're planning on traveling, now is a really good time to like get in there with the deals. Knowing that like your options are wide open for, cancel and change, no change fees and that sort of thing. But Airbnb.
I just have to interrupt because Neb is real. They have missed the last 3 lives, I think. And every time have commented that they've like, duh, I wanted to see it. And then they haven't. They finally made it to us. So welcome. Welcome.
Special welcome. Thank you for joining.
And if you haven't, you should go check out their channel. But I'm so happy that you were able to make it.
That's so exciting.
Right?
I'm very happy as well.
And Lindsay asks if we prefer hotels, resorts, or Airbnbs.
It depends.
I swear to God, if you say whatever's cheapest.
This is like a recurring theme for us. I usually make the travel arrangements. So if you don't like what I pick,
I generally like it. But there was one clinker in Belgium.
I'm just really good at finding the best deals. So that it kind of depends.
Yeah.
But no, some places, like let's say we're going to go to Europe, we spend practically no time in the hotel except to sleep. We are out all day long. So no, I'm not gonna like try to find like a 5-star hotel.
Yeah, but that out and back to Brussels though.
Okay, that was the one. That was the one. So we'll get into like which we prefer, but first the story. So we typically a lot of times we'll use like Orbitz to book our hotels. We use ID90, which is a it's like an industry site that you can use for discounted hotel rates, which I believe they opened it up to like we get a referral link that we can give to people who are not in the industry. So we should put that below because you can join, and ID90 has some really good rates. So we'll put that in after this is over. But the other one we use is Hotwire. So sometimes we do like those secret hotels because you can get some really good deals. And there's like an easy way of kind of finding out like which hotel you're going to get to. Like we've gotten to that level about it.
Easy.
Most of the time you can figure it out, especially now. Like I'm not going to go into all the logistics. Maybe we can make a video on this. But
yeah, don't give away our secrets.
you know, like they show you pictures, and if you open like if you open like 5 tabs, you can easily narrow it down. Just risked it because we were like, you know, who cares? We're like hardly in the hotel room. And this was just us, this trip to Belgium. The kids weren't there. It was before Olivia was even born.
Oh, you were pregnant and
I was pregnant at the time, yes.
That's a whole other different thing, but she had I get a text in the morning on Friday and said, hey, do you have afternoon meetings? Not that I can't move. What's up? I'm always up for an adventure. We'll go home, pack our bags, get our passports, and meet me at O'Hare at 3. Done.
So we went, and we knew it was just like a 24-hour trip because we were going to get there Saturday morning and we had to leave on Sunday. So, you know, it wasn't like if we were there for a week, yeah, we probably would care more about like where we were staying, but this was just a night. We were hardly going to be there, so I didn't really care. Anyways, we used the Hotwire secret hotels, and the one that we got, like it was more like, I don't know what you would call it, like a boutique hotel kind of. But no, the hotel itself was pretty nice. Not I mean, it was fine. It was average. It wasn't like anything crazy, but it also wasn't like dumpy or anything, you know. But they didn't have anyone at the front desk.
We literally couldn't.
We knocked on the door and we had no idea what was going on. We're like, we can't even get in this hotel. We at this time, I think that was before we like had the international. We don't have an international phone plan, but we just do like as part of our cell plan, you can just get it for like $5 a day or something. Yeah. I don't know.
That was before that.
That was before that. So we didn't even really have a way to call. So we went to a coffee shop to get on Wi-Fi so we could make a call. And the call didn't even work because we are terrible at figuring out how to call international. So, and this was like a little bit before like you could contact people with social media really late in the day before
4 o'clock.
It was hours and hours that we had to carry our bags around.
4 o'clock. We checked into the hotel at 4 o'clock after arriving in Brussels at 7 a.m. And then we had to leave the following day at 11 a.m.
Yes. So that really long story to not answer the question. But the answer to that question is, if we're going to like a beach resort or somewhere that we care about the pool, we usually go for a hotel. If we're somewhere long-term, we go for Airbnb, always. Like if it's somewhere, usually if we're only somewhere for like a short weekend, 2 to 3 days or something, we always do hotel. And like I said, if we care about the pool, if we're somewhere for like a week, we usually always do Airbnb. I think I don't know. They both have their pluses and minuses, but
get more space with an Airbnb.
Yeah, I do like that about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is actually it's a happy transition because we got the Bozen chocolate stout. Now I already know that I'm not the biggest fan of this beer.
I like. Oh, have we tried this one?
Yeah.
Okay. I like stouts in general, so I think.
They're in an Airbnb right now.
Oh, and hold on. I wanted to read the comment before. After everything opens back up and everything's free, do you plan on jumping straight back into travel or be safer and stay at home a bit? So, I mean, definitely we'll stay at home for as long as we need until, I mean, it might not be a black and white, like cut and dry answer, like when you can fly safely again. I think, and I'm not a scientist or anything, but like if they get some sort of like antibody testing going on or like, I don't know. I think it would have to be more than just a temperature check for us to feel.
Surely, if we don't feel comfortable going to the store or working in the office, I don't think we can justify taking the kids on a plane.
Hmm. So we'll definitely it'll probably be whenever we feel safe to just be around.
Humans.
Yeah, again. I know they're working on a lot of things right now to allow that to happen and to, work towards getting people back on planes. I don't know how long that will take or anything, but once we get to that point, that's probably when we'll start
Yeah.
going on planes again.
You know that when, your job is predicated on people flying and we're still telling people, stay the hell home.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. It's definitely a tough one because the airline industry is struggling right now a lot. I mean, um, even with any kind of government aid, it's still like it doesn't cover a lot of the expenses of an airline, and it's certainly only going to do it in the short term, which it's expected to be a slow kind of like a very gradual bounce back up. It's not going to be just like everyone's all of a sudden flying again.
We're back to normal by Easter, and it's Easter today.
But that's why we tell people, like, if you
Kind of.
can and want to travel in the future, just book now. You can get the good rates and then also kind of help industries, airline, but also like hotels, cruises, things like that. But yeah, as soon as we feel safe doing it, we will. And hopefully that's sooner rather than later.
Right. So this chocolate stout actually is not as bad as I remember it.
No, it's pretty good.
It's
It's
got
not
a
as
hint of-
heavy as you would think.
I remember it being much more heavy.
Mm.
Like, I thought it was a heavier beer.
This is a 5.4% alcohol beer. That's not, I mean,
It's
it's
not
not too much.
overly heavy.
Also, that comment about the Airbnb reminds me because we never actually got to what their policy was.
Nor did we answer Lindsay's question. Oh, we did answer because we said we prefer them in given situations.
Yeah, I mean, overall, if I had to pick one, man, I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to throw salt in Lindsay's wounds, but Morone Beach, I'll take that all
I
day,
know.
any day.
Yeah, but a nice like hotel with a pool. That's kind of, I would say Airbnb over hotel, except if you find a really good pool at your hotel, because who doesn't love a good pool?
Right. I mean,
yeah.
I'm hurting for you right now.
Man, that and then
crushes me. She's supposed to leave on Wednesday.
And she like used her Delta points to get first class, which
Oh, different Lindsay. There's two Lindsays that were supposed to be traveling this week.
Oh yeah.
There's yeah.
Oh yeah, that's why I was like, okay, because you were talking about Maroma, and then I thought you were talking about
Yeah, no, two Lindsays that were both supposed to travel this week.
That's quite the coincidence, but
right?
Man.
Bummer for both.
Yeah. We were in Maroma how many years ago? Like, man, I missed that place so much.
Oh, I got so sick.
Yeah. Okay. We should stop talking about it because
I know.
Anyways, so the Airbnb policy kind of struck me as not being as good as some of the others because they say this should be up to date too. Airbnb updated its extenuating circumstances policy to allow free cancellation of reservations booked on or before March 14th, with a check-in date between March 14th and May 31st.
Okay.
So if you booked anytime after March 14th, normal cancellation policies apply, which were well after March 14th.
Oh, so you're saying there's no benefit to booking an Airbnb now?
Yeah, because you're going to get the same cancellation fees.
Yeah.
I mean, it says the normal cancellation policies apply. I assume that means fees.
Yeah.
Because when we've looked at some, I know like if you book an Airbnb, there's different levels. You can have like a moderate cancellation or strict or things like that. So depending which one, you may get 50% of your money back. You may get all, you may get like none. So I don't know. I don't think that's a great policy.
No.
At all, considering like a lot of companies, and we love Airbnb, but a lot of companies are really like
going that extra mile.
Yeah, because they understand like it's crushing them, but they understand like even though there's nothing we can do about it, like we have to do what's right in the situation. So I don't know. I think they could probably do more.
Do better, Airbnb.
Yeah.
Do better.
Yeah.
Now that I've given them a thorough scolding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know about that one. Maybe they'll update it. but
I doubt
it's
it.
been a while since March 14th. So, and then also online travel agencies. So if you book like Expedia and Orbitz, for example, really they go through airlines and hotels. So it's kind of even harder for them. Pretty much their policies are telling people like, don't call us unless your trip is within like 7 to 10 days away because their call volumes are like,
American Express is don't call within 72 hours.
oh, wow.
But they're like, we're going to help you. So it doesn't really matter. But
yeah, they'll help you, but they just want to take care of the people who are like, their trip is right now rather than worry about someone's like helping service somebody whose their trip is like a month from now or something.
Yeah.
Trying to like put in order of like timeliness. But most of them are like, we're probably gonna go mostly like what the specific carrier or hotel policy is, and but they'll help you. They'll get it figured out.
Yeah, and especially if you book on Amex. I mean, I know that wasn't anything that we were planning on talking about, but when you book on Amex, they help you out like a lot. So they're, especially through them, they're travel agents. But even if you just simply booked your ticket with the card.
Now, Belize Lindsay, not
Maroma Lindsay. Okay, so that's from now on. It's Belize Lindsay and Maroma Lindsay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
So Belize Lindsay says, we had to cancel our Airbnb booked in February and we're staying this week. Only got $28 back.
I'm sorry, what?
I would definitely
do a chargeback.
Okay, no, she said finally after submitted the stay-at-home order for Ohio to customer, I got a full refund. Good. Yeah, I was gonna say like that is definitely something I would try to.
She buried the lead on that one, and I was about to get all fired up.
Yeah, because that's definitely against their policy that they have in place, but that's craziness.
Yeah.
That's good. You got a full refund, but hopefully that trip can happen at some point. Did we talk about this? Yeah, we did talk about this one.
Yeah, I think we did. We did, right?
Yeah, we did.
We did.
Because you said it was better than you remember it being.
Yes. It's not overly chocolatey. I remember it being overly chocolatey.
And you never got your SkyMiles back, so what happened?
What?
They'll give you.
What?
Actually, they should. Yeah, there's stuff in here about like what's happening with, which I feel like we can talk about at a later time, like different loyalty programs and stuff. Mm-hmm. They're doing a lot with around that, especially airlines, but you should not have gotten your SkyMiles taken away.
Let's circle back on that one.
Yeah.
We'll chat offline.
Yeah, because that's just craziness. That shouldn't be the case.
Okay, that was actually pretty decent. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I'm not.
All right. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to it. I would drink this again.
I like it. Oh, you're going back for round two? You like it?
Well, I'm just looking at your cup.
Well, it's just taking me a minute. So
I do have wine too on the side. So
okay, well, you can have another refill if that's what you want.
Okay, fine.
It's going to be a minute before we get to the last.
Okay.
Well, we have two left, but
yeah,
it'll be a minute. So, yeah.
Persa shalom back.
Yes. I think we should talk about cruises next. It's
I'm
crazy.
so torn.
I've seen a lot of YouTube cruise videos, and we also love cruising.
Point of order.
What?
We've only been on one cruise.
Well, I mean, like, okay, what I meant to say that came out. True.
I love cruising.
I mean, well, I love the idea of cruising. Okay. No, the way that I was thinking about it in my brain was like, we were going to. Sorry, I'm like reading the comments at the same time.
I know. So Lindsay Maroma is commiserating with Lindsay.
Oh, geez. Okay.
And she did get her miles back, but we're gonna get through this.
We'll get to the end of that.
We're getting your miles back.
Yeah. Yes. So, what was I talking about? Oh, cruising. We were gonna take a cruise at this time. We didn't actually end up booking it because we were just kind of like we're gonna do several cruises, and like we had just taken our first cruise.
Yeah.
I guess it was a couple years ago now, which seems like a really long time.
Olivia was.
Because of Zika, we couldn't go to like a lot of the Caribbean and
Yeah.
Mexico and that kind of area. But we were going to do a cruise in April, which we didn't end up booking, so nothing happened there. And then we were even considering doing like another one in the fall. And Chubby and Away, if you've not checked out their YouTube channel, they were doing a group cruise.
I'm so bummed about that one.
Yeah. So we were gonna look into doing that too. Anyways, we had like cruises were kind of on our horizon, but I don't know. To be like just honest with my opinion, I don't think I think it's a worse idea to go on a cruise than like a plane.
Well,
I think your risk is a lot higher on a cruise. I know like a lot of people will argue like they take the necessary steps and all of that, but I mean it's just sheer number of people. Like if
That's
you look
a
at it from
hard
that
pass.
standpoint.
Until there's a vaccine or an antiviral for it, that's a hard no for
And
me.
I think the proof is kind of out there in the cruise ships that somebody has gotten it, and then look at how many people have gotten it.
Aircraft carriers, like that's a no.
Yeah, I think that probably won't happen for us until like there's a vaccine, most likely, or some sort of
I don't see
strides with medicine. But if you are looking at taking a cruise and booking a future cruise, or if you already have one, most of them are doing like a lot of, but like for MSC, Carnival, Princess, Royal Caribbean, a lot of them are the same. So you can choose to get your money back, just a full refund. And I think a lot of them are through like, I don't know, through June, it looks like. Yeah, a lot of them are like Princess is July 31st. You can get your money back, or you can get a cruise you an additional $300 to $600 per cabin onboard spending, depending on like how many nights you booked.
I'd like to read the fine print on that one. Like, what's the onboard spending? Like, is it like that stupid thing where like, oh, it has to be $50 has to be in the spa? And
I would hope
I'm so
for the cruise
weary.
sakes it would just be like cash you can use for anything. But yeah, when we did an all-inclusive once, they were like, you get, what was it, like $300 of credit at the hotel, but it was like 20 of it can be used on the spa and 10 of it can be used on a bottle of wine. And it was like things that
like, no, it's like $100 for a lobster dinner that like you could use $30.
Yeah. So
that's a no.
Yeah. I mean, so that didn't happen, but looks like some more people have joined in.
Roberto Billy likes my nose. So I have a fantastic
there
nose.
You go, buddy.
Right?
No, he's going to be talking about that for the next like few days.
Right? Whatever. I love my nose. Don't you judge it. I have a fantastic nose. Yeah, the Diamond Princess with the 700 cases. That's astounding to me. However many it ended up, I don't remember what the official number was, but
yeah,
like,
I mean, it's tough to talk about individual cases, when it's you, and yeah. All right.
On that note, I definitely need to have a drink.
Oh yeah. Which one is this? Am I still?
This is still the chocolate, bro. Okay. We got 2 more beers left.
I know we got into cruising, but man, I really want to get on a cruise. So I hope they just speed up the vaccination stuff while remaining safe. But it's just a bummer because I think, my personal opinion, I think cruises will be one of the last industries to bounce back from this.
Yeah.
Just because I
hope it does.
With that many people in a confined space and just the numbers from some of the ships that have unfortunately seen cases, I don't know.
Right.
But who knows? We don't know. I mean, that's the thing with all this is there's lots of unknown.
Yeah. Okay, somebody's making fun of, I'm assuming my haircut because your hair is just adorable. But my hair, I haven't cut my hair in a very long time.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to make
I'm gonna style it a little bit, but this is the quarantine special.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a live and we'll shave it.
Right.
Could you do that? Do you want to do that live?
I mean, I'm probably not going to do that.
You could do
You want me to cut your hair? I don't know what it would turn out.
What am I going to cut my own hair? Oh,
I don't know. I feel like this is kind of spam or something, right?
yeah, probably. It's either that or it's Rich and Andy. I'm not entirely sure.
Probably
But
them. I would think so. That's
right.
fine. We'll go.
Bosun double IPA.
Okay. All right. All right. Oh, because I think I read that wrong. So that is that it can read. That's like it's a reference to something, right? I swear I've heard that somewhere.
I don't know.
I don't know. Okay, if it's a reference to something,
Huh. Only positivity here.
there you
Oh,
go.
Lindsay
Yeah.
is up for our defense here.
Especially in quarantine, people, these are times when we
Right?
stick together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The double IPA. It's like literally fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't even have to taste it to tell you.
Right?
This is a nice strong beer too. It's like 8.5%.
I have no idea what's going on here in the
Right?
comments, but it's getting out of hand. Okay.
Be nice, people.
Yeah.
We are in a family channel.
And we are in a world where if that's not top of mind, then
Right? I just want to drink my beer and be a happy person.
right? And
Cheers.
that's the way it should be. So this one we are all too familiar with. This is the Bosun Double IPA. So we actually get this pretty often. Yeah. And this one is I don't have to taste it because I know it's delicious.
Oh, so amazing.
Okay, I have no idea what's happening, but this is a great beer. So if we were to suggest one beer from Trader Joe's, this would be it.
And they recently switched their packaging. And I'm so psyched about that. They used to have like the 6 ring thing, but now it's like a 6 box. But it's like $4.99 or $5.99. Solid investment. Solid investment.
It's a double IPA, so you kind of have to be. That has to be your thing. You have to be into that.
Yeah.
To like it, because it's definitely not for if you don't like IPAs, then no, you're obviously not gonna like this one. But if you do like IPAs, definitely try that one out because it's delicious. But if you're more of like into lighter beers or something, you can have like at the pool or outside. This one I think is a good choice.
I would agree with that. Yeah, these are
okay.
Well, we're definitely gonna hide a couple of users here.
Yeah. Go up here. Right there.
Oh, for instance. I don't remember if this person. I don't want to like ban the wrong person here.
Yeah. Yeah, you got it. Okay.
Did I get that one?
I think so.
No, there were a couple of people that were
right here. Okay, so while he's doing that, we talked about cruising. So the last thing that we were going to kind of talk about was Disney, because that's like its own topic.
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say, sorry, y'all. I think some spammers definitely like got all up in here, and it was annoying.
Okay, did you take care of it?
I think so.
But if not, Nick will do that while I'm talking.
Yeah.
Yes, I don't know, but this is definitely a family channel,
right?
And
so, like, be nice.
Yeah, only positive comments are welcome.
Right? Yeah, let's ban you too. Ain't got nobody.
Anyways, there we go.
All right, I think.
Okay. Maybe we'll see. But, anyways, so Disney was the last one I wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're good.
Okay. We just had to take care of a little housekeeping.
Sorry about that, people.
Yeah.
We're not trying to have that in our lives.
Mm-mm.
At first, it was like I thought they were like some friends just like messing with us. No, well, like so that was something that like a couple of I could see friends saying something like that, but then it started getting. I was like, okay, this is just.
Yeah. So yeah, we're not about that spam life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. All good.
Okay. Good.
Drink more.
Glad to hear it. Yes. And if anybody was not here at the beginning, we stated the rules, so we just want to readdress the rules.
Yep. You got to hit the thumbs up, so you got to like the video, and then you have to let us know what you're drinking.
Yes.
because
Definitely want to know.
we don't want to be drinking alone.
We're on
together.
our last one. Well, second.
The penultimate.
Yeah. Which is the double IPA from Trader Joe's, and also an amazing beer. If you haven't yet tried it, we recommend it. And I don't know. I mean, what would you say about this one?
I mean,
You're
it's
the better
like
at the beer terminology.
Movie or a dinner or something. It's really good. It's a really, really strong beer. So
It's really, yeah. So
you'll get a healthy buzz on.
Yeah. If you drink more than one of these, then yeah, you probably will.
Well,
if you're yes.
Are you calling me fat?
I'm saying that I am not. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So we'll just leave it at that.
Wow.
Anyway, okay. So this beer is good. We know that.
Yes.
Next, we're going to talk about Disney. We're just going to give you kind of like what they're doing. So unfortunately, they're closed. Disneyland, Disney World. I can't remember if I read something that said one of the parks in Asia might be reopening. I don't know. I might have just made that up. So
I'm not sure on that one.
But I know like Disneyland and Disney World is closed.
The moose out front should have told you.
Yeah. Disney Springs is closed. All Disney hotels are closed. What I think is kind of cool about what Disney is doing. So if you have a vacation or hotel booked with them, and you have the option. You can cancel and get a refund, or you can reschedule your trip. If you have a vacation or hotel scheduled with them, they'll automatically refund you to your original form of payment. If it's, I think, I can't remember how, I don't think it says how, like, far before. Yeah, I don't know what it is before, but I know that you can probably check the call center lines.
That's legit.
I think that's pretty cool that they're doing that. But they're also not taking any reservations until June 1st at the earliest.
Yeah. And I think their like big furlough started today, which is a really big
very
bummer.
Sad. Yeah.
Like a lot of employees.
They furloughed a lot of their employees, which it's just like very heartbreaking. This says Universal is considering reopening their parks with strict measures of wearing a mask and temperature test before you enter the park.
I don't understand that.
They've obviously probably talked to a lot of doctors and health experts and like people who have been in this industry, but I just don't. And I don't know that they know like the number of solves that issue, but I'm not a doctor, so
yeah, we're obviously not.
Yeah,
doctors.
that's just my no.
But I think we're probably your standard consumer, if not a little bit more on the risk tolerance scale.
Mm-hmm. But I think when they do reopen Universal and Disney, like I trust that like when they open, they have probably consulted so many people, and they'll have every plan in place to make sure that this doesn't like that by them, because like if Disney reopened, like just Disney reopening could impact the whole country.
Well, Bob Iger, who's the CEO of Disney Corporation, said basically that Walt Disney World and Disneyland and such, they're like the bellwether for the economy. So like when they're open and they're at capacity and stuff, that's when you know that we're going to start recovering. So keep your eyes on Disney.
And I trust that they will have all the right information and they will do it at the right time. So I think when they open, I would say that it's safe to go because.
Interesting. So we're going to use them as their.
Well, I mean, I think we have to wait and see. But I really think they will. I mean, it's Disney. They're Disney. Like, there's really nothing to say there. Like, they know everything and they do everything and they do it before everybody, except maybe Apple and Amazon. But no, I don't know. They can give them a run for the money. But I think when they reopen, I think it'll be the right time. I think they will have consulted the people they need, and
I would agree.
All of the right precautions will be in place. So I trust that if that's what Universal is doing, by the time they reopen, it's probably the right decision. but that's just my opinion.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Still bitter about the comment about my haircut. I really wish the nose joke was. You like my nose, right?
I can't imagine that they would until, first of all, this stay-at-home order in Florida has to be lifted, so they can't do it until that happens.
There are people in the beaches in Jacksonville, so.
Yeah, we won't get into a whole side conversation about coronavirus because that could very easily get into if they might be in talks to figure out when to reopen, but I think it'll probably be a while. Disney isn't even accepting anyone until June 1st.
Yeah,
which I think is the right decision. But I would imagine Universal and Disney will probably be around the same time. If I had to guess, Universal will do what Disney does.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
So Israel, we were chatting a little bit earlier in one of our other videos, and they are currently quarantined for 14 days, and I think 3 more days left until they can go home. Do you live in Israel? I don't actually know.
Yeah.
But I know they're in South Carolina right now, just like hanging out in an Airbnb before they can go home, which is like a giant bummer.
Oh yeah, I'd like to hear this story on how you were in South Carolina and how that all worked out, because that's and I don't know if you are from what your situation is, but even just talking about other people's situation, I was looking, I saw an article about repatriation flights,
that's just their name. I have no idea.
The cost for them, and I just found it very interesting. It seemed like so this was in a Point Sky article, so you can probably go and we can probably put the article below too, but it was relatively normal pricing. It was, I expect, it might be a little high if you've searched for deals for months, but just at last minute, they seem like they're,
if the border's closing
reasonable,
and I can get home for $1,000, I think I'll pay $1,000.
I don't know. These were just examples, so I don't know how much a lot of them have been, but some of them, they gave several examples. One was from Morocco, and they were $1,000. So.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Kind of interesting, but yeah. You got to finish yours so we can do our last one.
The world has gone batty.
Yeah.
Is really all you can say about what travel vloggers do when they can't go anywhere.
Turns out not much.
Oh, this is so terrible.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah.
Okay. So before the stay-at-home measures were being enforced, I came down to South Carolina to be closer to my mom's work for a little bit. Charleston has a rule if you come down here.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how they're enforcing that, because Hawaii had a similar.
For 2 days. Yeah, Hawaii I think had the same thing. I don't know. I haven't seen what their most recent one was, but as of a couple weeks ago, if you came into Hawaii, it was a mandatory quarantine.
Yeah. Japan's having people sleep in cardboard beds
in the airport. Yeah. Look up pictures of the airport in Tokyo. It's crazy. You have to be. So I think you have to get one of the coronavirus tests as soon as you land, no matter who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that they have the rapid ones. So I think it takes a couple days, and you just have to sleep in the airport for 2 days until you find out the results of your tests. And they set up all these. Nick was saying they use they might have used. I don't think we have we know for sure, but they might have used what they were going to use, the beds they were going to use for the Olympics.
I just remember them saying something about the recycled cardboard beds for the Olympic athletes, and there's a big joke about it.
So maybe they use that, but yeah, the bummer about the Olympics too.
I know. Oh.
Darn.
This whole thing sucks.
Oh. All right, we're going to do our last one, and then we're going to wrap it up. So.
Okay.
This last one is not
a Trader Joe's brand.
It's not a Trader Joe's brand.
Lindsay, if you're still watching.
And as we are in the US, this is a US brand beer.
Right?
You know,
Let's give this a go.
if you are not in the U.S. and you don't know what Busch Light is, I do not recommend you get this beer. This was mostly just here for joking purposes. Don't pour
Oh,
Munchkin
look
in
at
this. I really want to.
Look at that. Oh, that is just, it is golden delicious.
This is a light beer that's oft compared to water.
Cheers. Mm.
Hopefully, if you were thinking about booking travel, this helped in some way decide like what the policies would be, kind of like what the trends are in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you're thinking about purchasing beer from Trader Joe's, hopefully we helped you in that way.
Hopefully we've helped you improve your life in some way. But thank you for joining. We're really happy you spent your Sunday evening with us. And if you're watching this later on, thanks for watching along. Make sure you subscribe, follow us on all the social. We're going to try to do this each weekend for the next, however long that we're quarantined, because why not? What else we got going on?
Stay tuned, because I think next week we're going to have a special video because we have a birthday man in the house, and it's not this guy. So stay tuned for that. Lindsay says Busch is giving away free beer for a year for couples whose weddings are postponed.
Shut up.
Shoot, that's not us, but that's cool for the people that are having weddings. You should tell your cousin.
I'm going to send her a Slack. Oh, that's right too.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's pretty cool though. You know what? Companies are getting really creative with like things they're doing.
Like, I'll be honest, this is totally like brilliant marketing.
Like in a lot of like in my job, I know they're like, now is when a lot of like creativity comes out because people are just getting so scrappy. Like, you have to be super scrappy with everything you do. So it's like, yeah, it's like everyone's idea counts right now. So if you have an idea,
right,
go for it.
There is one thing we wanted to mention before we sign off, that if you happen to have a small business and you're watching, send us an email to help@familyonstandby.com, and we will throw in every effort we have with marketing, design work. If you're a restaurant that needs a menu redesigned or whatever for to go, let us know. We want to help. So any way that we can, let us know.
Okay. Sounds good.
Bye.
Bye.
It always asks to confirm.
I know.